Good evening, world. I know I said if you watched the blog I did earlier this morning that this will probably be my last time on YouTube, and it will eventually be because I'm taking a break, like I said, from social media, from YouTube, from Facebook, all that. I've been finding myself getting way too caught up in social media. I've been getting way too caught up in my phone. I've been neglecting a lot of things. Very, um, I've been very lax on a great deal of things, and I need to cut it out and get myself right. And I don't know if I can or not. Um, I don't know if I can get my act together spiritually and emotionally, mentally, because right now I'm not where I should be with the Lord. I'm not where I should be in a great deal many things. So having said that, I'm cutting myself off from social media. I know there are people on here who I may have offended or greatly offended or worse, and I hope they will find it in their heart to forgive me if they should see this blog and try to understand that I am sorry if I misled them or if I um, got caught up in the moment, if you will, or what have you. But it wasn't all a lie, and I just realized that I'm not where I should be. So I'm cutting myself off, like I said, from social media, from all of it for a while. Um, let's see. Last night, my daughter got a copy of the Black Panther, and I'm about to go home and watch it along with my grandkids. See if I can find my other set of glasses, which, as you see, I do not have on because I think they fell inside the fold of a couch that my daughter's dubious tossed the couch because I found out it may have bed bugs in it. And also, I have to be sure prior to tossing it out that my glasses aren't actually in there because if they are, I'm going to have to get them out because I can't see that well without them. I have another pair, but um, the frame on it is broke. I tried to get it fixed and I'm not satisfied with it. So I'm going to try to go back if I can tomorrow or Sunday at America's Best, have them replace the frame that's broken on there and hope they don't charge me for it. By the way, again, I say to you, do not go to America's Best Contacts and Eyewear. Don't do it. They lie about the prices. They don't put on there that there are fees involved, or if they do, it's in very fine, very small print. So if you see a commercial and they flash some small print or a fine line up there, read it if you can. Catch it and find out what it means. Because basically, you're not paying $69.99 for two pair of glasses and an eye exam. You're actually paying over $200 or more, depending on your particular need of eyewear. I mean, of pretending based upon your particular need in regards to your eyesight, you're going to be paying extravagant amounts of money. And here's the kicker. Prior to my going to ABC, there were a couple of sales that I saw. My wife even informed me about, I think it had to do with LASIK. And I really would rather get LASIK, to be honest, than to fool around and have to pay X amount of dollars for a pair of glasses and an eye exam. And, you know, if I break the glasses or if I lose them, I have to get them replaced. That's more money. So, like I said, don't go to ABC, America's Best Contacts. They are lying about their prices. They're misleading people, and they need to be held accountable for that. If you ever see a commercial for them, don't fool with them. Especially those of us who are on a tight and limited budget. We already see what kind of craziness is going on in office with this president who's doing any and everything to put up his wall
and make himself and other fat cats around him richer while the rest of us struggle just to put food on the table and, keep a roof over our head and stuff. But enough of that. I said I wasn't going to harp on politics, and I'm not. My point is, if you can find an alternative source of I care, by all means do so. Just don't fool around if you can avoid it with ABC. Um, let's see. Like I said, I'm about to go home, um, watch this Black Panther movie, which I'm familiar with. I haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with the character. After all, I am a geek, a nerd. I grew up on comic books, so it's not a big deal for me to be a little intrigued about a movie based upon a very popular character. Um, you ask me, it was long overdue, a long time in coming. Hell, 30 years ago. But that's just me because the character was around back in, I think, the late 70s, no, 60s. Take that back. Black Panther was first introduced in Fantastic and 53 back in 1966. Though this character is almost as old as I am, but nonetheless, I am going to go home and watch it with my grandkids. Let's see. It's funny that they talk about how this movie has sparked a sort of renaissance, if you will. I don't know how true this is. It's supposed to have sparked a renaissance with other comic book writers and authors of my hue, of my particular complexion, who have been writing comics or involved in comics and sci-fi, and they're hoping that that will expand their base, that will get people interested in what it is they do. Um, there's so many stories to tell, so many publications out there, and so much talent. It's like what the Bible said. There are so many books in the world. The paraphrase the Bible, there are so many books in the world as not to be able to contain everything that not only the Lord, the Son of God did, but what you see going on in today's society with this sudden uh, blast or renaissance or revival of comic book pop culture, especially among African Americans and other minorities. Um, One thing that intrigues me about the Black Panther movie and the comic in general is that they have taken great lengths, from what I understand, and I haven't seen the movie. I'll let you know what I think of it if I do decide to do another blog of Ravin'Lunatic, another episode. If I do, I will let you know, and if not, you'll have to watch it for yourself. But one thing that pops up in my mind that I was told that was made very interesting, and I've heard this mainly from white people of all things, is that they took particular care not to do any kind of racist or stereotype. They actually tried to stay true to the vision of the character and the surroundings and try to, you know, give credit where it's due. So I'm going to be very interested in finding out just how much of this movie is actually true to the spirit of the comic book character. It's very interesting to note also that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created this character at a time during the civil rights movement being in full swing, at a time when you didn't see hardly any uh, black people in comics being portrayed in a positive light. You didn't see any minorities being portrayed in comics in a positive light. And here it is, the very first time that we're seeing a major character getting his own film, his own TV series outside of Luke Cage, And we're seeing that, hey, they are doing this movie right. They have done right by this character. So we'll see. I'll let you know what I think of it. But there is a renaissance going on. Which I need to get finished paying off on, that I would like to present to the public. It's called Misadventures of Unemployed Man, based upon some personal experience of mine that I went through years and years ago. And it's a little late in coming. It's way late in coming, actually. But nonetheless, I hope to have it out this summer. I just got finished paying off on it. Let's see. By the way, if you want to contribute to the Wayne Ashford Poor Fund, go ahead. Yeah, I work, but let's face it. With today's economy, every little bit helps. Like I said, if you want to help me pay off on this comic, it's I owe a bill of, I think, a remaining bill of like 105, 106. So if you want to kick in $5 or $10 whenever you see me, say, hey, I want to look at your new comic, hurry up and here's a little something to pay off on it and get paid off faster. We want to see it debuted. Please feel free to do so. Anyway, like I said, aside from my own comic and a bunch of poems I put together, one goal of mine is, if at all possible, by God's undeserving grace, is that I would want to get my own little business. I thought about getting a publishing company, a self-publishing company. I got some comics in my head that I would like to get out. In fact, I need to go home and work on them this weekend, if at all possible, if I can find the time. I'm at that point right now where, personally speaking, I'm not happy with the jobs I've had over the years. On the other hand, yes, I know I got to eat, I got to put food on the table, I got to pay rent, got to make sure that the family is clothed and all that. It's just that I'm at that point now in my life where I realize that having a job is just in and of itself a struggle. No job is perfect, no job is without its problems. And if you know of a job that doesn't have any problems, then you're not breathing. You are probably A, dead, or B, dreaming. So if you know of any job that does not have problems, please let me know, because I have not yet run into one. I have not found out one yet that I can run into that doesn't have that particular thing going for it. Anyway, I'm about to get on this bus and get myself home. Like I said, I will see you later on, maybe, and if not, I will hopefully see you maybe at some local comic book convention, perhaps, or traveling on the road if we can get us a car, which we are working on doing. We are working on getting a used car. My wife is. I'm working on trying to get my license so I can be able to drive legally, because they won't give you a license here in North Carolina if you don't have insurance, which is, in my opinion, stupid. In most places I've lived, you get your license and it's up to you to get your insurance personally. But here, they do it a little different. And I guess to a certain extent I understand what with all the lunatics running around that don't have a license or insurance or both. And hint to my daughter, please get your license, Kima, so you can drive legally. I don't want to see you get in trouble. You know what I mean? Not fussing at you, not telling you what to do, just giving you a heads up. Anyway, having said that, that's one of the things that we hope to do come summer, is having some serious immediate transportation. One of the other things I want to do, my wife wants to do, is for us to travel to my hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, and take our grandkids with us. Also, or maybe at least go to Greenville, do a side trip to Greenville at the very least, and let them go down and play in the Reedy River and stuff. As far as my hometown goes, or as Omaha goes, maybe take them to the big slides if they're still there. Let them go to church with us, my home church, Bethel, or Sharon Church, or even Memorial. Let them get stop by the old comic book shop that I used to peruse through, used to hang out at, if it's still there. Just hoping to do some things this summer that I otherwise wouldn't get to do ordinarily. Excuse me, I have a fingernail that's chipped or peeling, and I hate, that's why I'm biting on my nail, trying to, But anyway, like I said, there seems to be a revival in today's comics among minorities, and it's always been around, it's always been happening. It's just really seems to be blown up, or has blown up, or apparently it blew up around the time that the Black Panther movies was released. So we'll see if there's anyone outside of Marvel and DC and other companies that are trying to do their own thing and get out there and get published. In the meantime, like I said, I'm getting ready to go home. A little tired, but then again, you be tired if you busted your butt for nearly 7.5 hours busted dishes. Anyway, I hope to see you guys one day soon. As I said, I will probably not be doing any more episodes of this blog or what have you, whatever you want to call it. I won't be doing this. I need to take a break from social media. I need to get my head on straight. And like I said, I want to do some things that are outside of having to depend on social media. I may or may not see you again. If I do, it is what it is. And y'all take care. Peace out.